Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well. This is Dr. Vidhya. I teach English language and literature in the PG and Research Department of English at Sita Lakshmi Ramaswamy College, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, India. In this video, I'll help you understand what opinion pieces are from a journalistic parlance. The news write-ups in newspapers are of two types. One is straight news, and the other is that of opinion pieces. While reading newspapers, you would have noticed that news stories inform us the factual details of the most important events that take place both locally and globally. These news stories are called straight news. For writing straight news, reporters use the inverted pyramid structure. The lead or the opening paragraph in a news story answers the vital questions like what, who, when, why, where, and how. The remaining paragraphs follow the order of importance, from the most important to the least important ones. Now let us see what opinion pieces are. In journalism, only factual and unbiased reporting is the accepted norm. Yet, there is still room for public and personal opinions. This is possible through the open page, which acts as a forum or space through the inclusion of opinionated pieces of writing. The opinionated pieces of writing, as we see, are the editorial, the articles, the features, the columns, the middles, and the letters to the editor. This space called the open page, which is found in the center of a newspaper, is the exclusive seed for the editorial policies, expert opinions on current issues, interesting ideas, and information on human interest topics, and discussions on day-to-day affairs, blending criticism with a dash of humor and fearless exchange of public opinion. All these are possible only through opinionated pieces of writing. Now let us look at the first type of opinion pieces. The editorial. The editorial has no byline. What should you understand by a byline? A byline usually has the name of the news reporter or writer or special correspondent or journalist. So the editorial you would see the editorial in the top left corner of the center page of any newspaper. It will carry the icon or the logo of the newspaper. So the editorial is the expression of the editorial policy of the newspaper. So it will not have any particular name in the byline. And there would be no dateline because we see editorials almost every day in the dailies. The editorials explain the news to the readers. They forecast the future developments connected to the news story. They pass judgments. They provide information and they guide the public opinion. The editorials also present facts honestly and completely. According to journalistic ethics, no half-truths and no distortion of facts should be found in journalistic writing. That is very truly practiced by editors too. So I would say the editorials cruise it for a cause. So in general, the functions of an editorial would be to inform, to explain, to interpret, to argue, to encourage, which will call for quick public action. So here you find two examples of editorials taken from two national dailies which seem to be on almost the same topic, but you see the presentation is completely different. The next type of opinion piece is the article. Articles are also found in the open page, on the page to the right of the editorial. Articles are usually written by experts. They are interpretative, they are provocative sometimes, and the meaning and significance of events are well explained, and they have a strong appeal to the intellect. And not all articles cater to every reader, and articles carry the accuracy of information, and they are usually on national and foreign policies. And the accuracy of information is possible to a certain extent because the articles are usually written by experts who have a strong base in the field of study, or they have a very strong background through research. Here is an interesting article which has an interesting title too, and usually the article carries the name, and here is a representation of the picture of the writer, and at the end of the article you would find details about the writer, who I told you earlier would always be a subject expert. The next opinion piece is the feature, the most interesting part and the lengthier write-up by both journalists or freelance journalists in a newspaper would be the feature. The features are on any topics under the sun, and the originality and the authenticity of the journalist style or the reporter style is well exemplified in a feature. So features can be quite imaginative in style, and they have they are the seed for the creative abilities of the writer, and features are on entertaining and informative topics, and they also have a touch of novelty. And sometimes when the topics of a feature do not relate to a particular event, it can deal with any matter that concerns large public interest. A feature identifies with the reader, that is, the topic which has a strong grounding of human interest, usually identifies with the reader, with the general public. Not only the choice of the topic, but also in the readability and style of writing, they are very, very appealing. And features explore the essence of the problem, and the features rely on a good variety of sources. So here are two interesting examples. One is one feature has the title "See What She's Up To." So there's a pun there, and on the left you have uh, an interesting topic which has got lots of statistics, and you have feature is always colorful. It opens with an very exclusive colorful photograph, and it carries an interview. Sometimes it has the opinions of various people, and there are supplementary details present to a larger extent, and they're very appealing, as you would see here. So the next interesting opinion piece is a column. A column usually begins with the byline, which carries the name of the columnist. A regular feature in the supplement and tabloids are the columns. They usually run for a time frame. The columns are written with a personal touch, which would in detail mean the exclusive experience of the columnist. And they are very, very clear to every reader because they have a very lucid style, a simple style. And as I said, they run for a particular time frame. And columns usually are, they have a beautiful variety. And columnists take on to interesting topics. And as I said earlier, they have a very unique style of their own in their columns. Here is a column, and the details about the columnist are mentioned there at the outset. And this is one interesting column. Right. And the next opinion piece is the middle. Middle is placed, as the name suggests, is placed on the center of that is the middle of the editorial page or the open page or the center page of the newspaper or daily. It has a humorous touch to it. It is both informative and educative, and it has a strong critical tone to it. And everything is done with a humorous touch. So here is an interesting middle. The letters to the editor. The letters to the editor carry the reader's opinions on current events, and they also talk about the views of the other readers, and they can comment about the editorial or any happening in and around the world. The letters to the editor ensure readers' involvement. So that is a space which is exclusively given for the readers, and they have the freedom to support or to talk against any policy, any editorial policy, any government policy, anything that has happened. So that is a real example for freedom of speech. And in that space you would find readers discussing any of their concerns, and this is supposed to be one of the most important opinion piece next to the editorial. Here you have two Here I have two cuttings from two leading dailies where we have the letters to the editors. And finally, the open ed, or sometimes the op-ed page. We should understand that in the center page, which I had already referred to as the open page or the editorial page or the center page, that page is the seat for opinion pieces basically. And this page has a layout. On the left top corner you have the editorial. Right below you have the space for in the bottom corner you have the space for the letter to the editor, and between the editorial and the letter to the editor, the space, you have the middle, and to the right of the page you have the other opinion pieces like the articles, the columns. Sometimes, depending on the length of a feature can find its place there, or sometimes in the last page of the newspaper, or sometimes it will be featured as the main interesting piece in the first page of the supplement. So usually the center page is called the op-ed page because it lies opposite the editorial page, and It is derived from the backronym of opinions and editorial page. Other than the opinion pieces of the editorials and the letters to the editor, which are from the readers, the rest of the opinion pieces find a place in the op-ed page. And this is a brief video which I think would be an eye-opener to help you to understand opinion pieces, which are the most important things next to news stories in a newspaper. And the next time you look into the newspaper, I think the interesting details which you gathered now will be definitely helpful for you to understand opinion pieces better. And till we meet in the next video, happy learning and bye from SRC family. Thank you.